this is Crystal coming at you guys with a tutorial on how to make a YouTube banner. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. At the end, if you guys have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments below. I'm not going to talk a lot right now. Let's get to making that YouTube banner, guys. Don't mind, that's a picture of my dog, Precious. Love her to death. Had to have her as my background. So what you want to do is open up your internet browser. For me, that's going to be Safari. And what I want to do first off is go into YouTube.com. And going into YouTube.com, what you want to do is you want to go into your channel. So over here on the right hand of the screen, you'll see your image. Click on Creator Studio. Alright, and upon clicking on your Creator Studio, what you want to do is you want to view your channel. So click on that. Alright, and here is your channel here. And from this area, what you want to do, as you can see, this is the banner that I made for myself also using PicMonkey.com. So you can see it can make all sorts of fun banners for you guys. And I'll show you guys here on what you can do to make those. If you see here, there's a pencil mark when you hover over your banner. You want to click on that. And what you want to do is you want to go to edit channel art. So upon clicking on that, you're going to see this box pop up as if you're, uploading a new banner. But down here at the bottom, if you see, it says how to create a channel art. What you want to do is click on that. All right. And then what a Google support page is going to pop up. And then what you're going to do is scroll down. And what you want to do is, in this section, it says size guidelines. It does have the size that your pictures need to be for the YouTube banner, but I'm going to show you an easy way to do it so you don't have to remember these numbers here. You want to get this logo here actually, and it actually has the size of everything that you need for your banner already. So if you see this link here in blue, it says channel art templates. What you want to do is you want to click on that, and over here for my MacBook, it actually shows my downloads, so I've already have it saved. So what you want to do is save it to your computer. I leave it as channel art template because then I know that name of that picture. That's what it'll stay as. So if you can leave it as is, or you can put, a banner template or something like that you want to have it as, and that will actually, help you help you remember it. So after that has downloaded, what you want to do is you want to get out of this support screen here. Click out of all this here, and in the web browser line, what you want to do is you want to type PicMonkey.com. And as you notice, it has a cute little monkey here. And then upon getting that, what you want to do is press enter. And for me, I had it press Google by accident. I actually have it saved. But if your Google browser pops up, or whichever browser you're using pops up, and you see PicMonkey.com right here, click on that. It's going to open it to this awesome page with this superhero little boy here. And if you notice, there's tabs up here at the top. They have edit, touch up, design, and collage. The ones that I actually use are edit and design. And if you notice that with design, they have all these little designs here that you can use. I actually use Square to make really fun profile pictures and things like that for my social networks. So this is actually really fun to use for social networks. I have actually used this Facebook cover one to make a Facebook banner for my Facebook pages, but they also have different size stuff here too. If you like to print out pictures and whatnot and make fun collages for family photos, or fun family vacation picture or fun family picture, they have all sorts of templates that you can use here. But we're actually not going to use any of these for our YouTube channel thing, but I just wanted to show you guys that you can also make fun different size ones here. So what we want to do is we want to click on edit. And upon clicking on edit, you're going to have your, your pictures pop up. And what you want to do is you want to find that channel art display that you just saved when we went into YouTube.com. And what you want to do is click on it and open that. And this is how it's going to open up on PicMonkey.com. And if you notice, it has, you know, different shades of gray on here, and it shows you the size for people watching YouTube via desktop, tablet, mobile, or minimum mobile areas. And what we want is we want to utilize this dark gray area here for our banner. It's actually a perfect size for your banner, and this is what we want to utilize. So what we're going to do is, if you notice here, there's tabs over here on the side. We want to have this really pretty butterfly one, and as you know, as I hover over it, you see it says overlays, and what we want to do is we want to click on that. And if you notice with overlays here, there's a fun bunch of things you can add to your banner. There's all sorts of pictures and animals and stuff you can add, but what we want to do is we actually want geometric, this geometric tab here, and upon clicking on it, you'll notice that there's a bunch of shapes. We want this rectangle here. So I'm going to click on that, and if you notice this rectangle box pops up, I want to go over here near this tablet tab, and I want to line it up right there, along with lining it up at the bottom. So I want to line it up down here along with this line here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it all the way over to the other side, and I want to get the same area there. And see if you notice that it's scooted over a little bit, so I want to go back to this side and scoot it to that line there. So if you notice, it stops at this line and it stops at this line, and that is perfect. And as well as you see, it stops at this line right here. So you don't want it a little bit below, because that's going to give you less space for your banner, because like I said, this dark gray part is what you want for your banner. And what I'm going to do with this elongated, you know, rectangle that we just made, I'm going to right click, and I want to go down to duplicate overlay, and it's actually going to make the same exact overlay for the bottom, and it just makes it a lot easier to you know, make a little, we're basically making a border, and it just makes it easier. So now I have two identical little borders here, and then I'm going to click on the rectangle again, and that's going to give me another little box. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it and put it about right here on this area. And if you notice, when you make you know, an image or overlay pop up, this box pops up here. You can actually change the border around the you know, to make it a different color transparency on the box. You can change the color that's in the box. If you notice here, you can change the colors. If you want a specific color around the border of your YouTube banner, you can definitely change it to any color that they have for you guys. So don't feel like you have to use black. I just like to use black personally, but you can change it to whatever color you want. So I'm just going to leave it as black. And what I'm going to do is do the same thing I did with the other ones. I'm going to, you know, do it about here, and then I'm going to duplicate the overlay and put the other one right over here. So basically, like I said, you want to put it around the whole thing where you just have this dark area. And if you noticed here, there's a little bit of light gray. The fun thing is you can scoot this over slightly. There we go. See? And you could just, like any of these lines, you could just scoot them down, just so you know, you just want that dark part showing, you know. I'm just going to leave it just like this, because that is totally fine. So basically, you made yourself a banner around this darker gray area. So this text and logo area is the safe area. See, it has it in plain words here to basically say, this is the part that's going to show up in the YouTube banner. So now what I want to do is I want to get rid of all this gray and all of this gray with the text. I want to get rid of all of this stuff. So what we're going to do here is, if you notice this little wand thing with the things is the effects tab, you want to click on that. And then what you want to do is you want to scroll down, and it's way at the bottom, till you get to this draw tab here. And what you want to do is you want to click on it. And from here, you can change this to any color you want. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to make this brush size as big as we can get it. Because if you noticed, it can color more area faster versus making it a little, you know, a little brush. So what I want to do is we're going to click a color. So I'm going to choose purple because I love purple. And what I'm going to do is, if you left click on your mouse, it's going to change all of this gray color. And you noticed how fast I'm able to do it upon me making my brush size bigger. And bam, there you go. And what you want to do in order for it to stay the color that you just did it, you want to hit apply over here on this draw tab, just so it stays the color that you put it. So I made it purple. I love purple, so you can change it to any color you want. And like I said, go over to the effects tab, drag, go down until you hit the draw, choose any color you want, so that this part you can make it fun. Like I said, you can go back and fix it, you can erase it, go back to another color, but this is a super fun color. Now what I want to do is I want to add some stuff in here. Let's make our banner fun. So what I'm going to do is over here in these tabs on the left side of your screen, I'm going to go back to this pretty little butterfly again, and I'm going to click overlays. I'm going to close this here so we don't get distracted. So I just closed the tab that we had open. What you want to do is you want to click on your own. And what it's going to do is going to open up your pictures. And you can find pictures that you want to add into your banner. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick this little fun picture that I made in a different app, and I'm just going to press open. So there is me. I'm just going to make myself bigger. And what I want to do is I want to actually get rid of all of this background around me, so it's just my head. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that. It's really easy and it's really fun to do. What I'm going to do is first, I'm going to go to this tab over here, and I'm actually going to zoom in on our banner. So then that way, I can get into more detail on getting rid of, this stuff here. And you see how there is a box around my picture? I want that box to stay there because what it's doing is keeping this box open. And if you see these two tabs here, I have one tab that says basic, and that's this color, all this with the color and stuff on it. And then there's an eraser tab. Click on eraser. It's going to take away the little circles around it, but as you notice, it puts a circle in here now, and that's what I want. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my eraser size a little bit bigger, and I'm just going to go over to my picture and actually erase some of the background on here. Don't mind if you don't have a steady hand. I'll show you how to go into more focus with it. You can go back and fix some items. So if you notice here, I'm just going around and I'm just taking some of the background off because I just want my face. And as if you noticed, you see how I did there, how I took most of my bangs off. I did, say for instance, I did that by accident. You can go back and fix that. If you go back over to your overlays box here, if you click on this paintbrush right here, click on it. And what you would do is it would actually bring back the picture that you accidentally deleted. Look how awesome is that? You can fix your mistakes. So like I said, you don't have to have a steady hand to do this because you can go back and fix it later. What I'm going to do is make my eraser size smaller and be able to go around it, a little bit easier. You can make it really small if you want. Oops, didn't mean to right click there. You could just go back and fix stuff, just go around here and just, I want all of this background gone. So, and boom, that's what I want there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to basic, so it's just this, because then that way if I click in here, I'm not erasing, my image. I can move it easily. But what I want to do from here is just so I can make a, I know where I want to put my face now, is I can zoom back out and see here, I can make my head smaller, I can make it bigger, and what I want to do is probably make it the size of, the thing here. So, boom. I think I want to make it about that big and leave it about right there. So, that way I have my face there. And let's see, I have some other images that I can add to it. You can go to google.com and you can find pictures that you want to add to it. I found transparent pictures. Like if you see here, it says transparent YouTube. And if you find transparent pictures, this is how it's going to show up. See how it shows up just the words, which is really nice. Then you don't even have to worry about editing, the pictures and whatnot. How I had to erase the background on my picture because I didn't want it square. You don't have to do that if you find transparent pictures. So There we go. Just going to put that down in the corner below, you know, little YouTube thing here. Going to click on it and see if there's some other stuff I want to add. You know, you can just add all sorts of fun stuff, you know, like you can add all sorts of pictures, but there's not another picture I want to add. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit cancel. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to utilize PicMonkey's overlays that they have. They have all different shapes and different things you can use. And what I'm going to do, for example, is okay, in sunglasses, for example, do you notice how sunglasses has this crown here? That means that this is for the premium package of PicMonkey. You can order the premium package where you can end up picking anything you want out of the whole PicMonkey site, but don't feel obligated to purchase that. I've noticed I did not purchase it, and I've noticed that a lot of the free stuff is just perfect. It's just fine for what I want in my channel. But what I'm gonna do here is they have, you know, comic bubbles, for example. You can pick all sorts of bubbles here, and say for instance I wanted a speech bubble. I could change it to whatever color I want. Say I wanted to leave it at this, you know, this color. You know, you can add different things here. I don't really want that, but what I'll do is, here, I like to close these. I don't like to keep them all open. Some lips, for example. Just pick these lips here. You know, I like to show love to my YouTubers, so I'll just put some lips here, or I can even make it smaller to go on my cheek, for example. You know, if I wanted to leave it there, you can. The nice thing about these features, you see how if it's too big and I go over my face here, you know, there's a way to make it go to the back. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like maybe put this here, kind of tilt it a little bit, you know, make it funky. So I'm just gonna leave like that here. And say for example, I wanted to put something behind me. Let's look for some flowers here. As if you notice, they have a lot of stuff you can use. Let's see. Let's look for some banners here. Just look for a straight banner, for example, this one. And let's make it green. Okay. Just gonna make this really, you know, as big as you want. You don't want to go outside that black box. And what I'm going to do is, because you see how some of the ribbon here covers up my face, if you right click on your overlay, you can go to send to back. If you press that, if you notice, it went right behind this, and it actually goes behind everything if you send it back. You can press send backwards, and it will actually go behind one thing, and then if you press send backward again, it might go under another thing. But I just do send to back because then it goes behind everything. You know, so have like that banner here, and then what I want to do is with this banner I want to put the name of my YouTube channel. So over here in the tabs, if you press your text, bear with me, you have your text here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Edu for, as you know, for my text, how I wanted to write. And if you notice, they have a bunch, and like I said, the items with these crowns are the things you have to pay for, but like I said, they have so many that you can choose from for free. Don't feel obligated to buy the other ones because they have an assortment. I'm just gonna scroll down really fast so you can see that they have so much stuff. Like, they have so much items. So I have this selected. I'm going to do add text. You can also change the color of your text. You can make it bold or italics. You can change where it's put, you know, if you want it over to the left or to the right or centered. I always like my items centered. And what I'm going to do is text my YouTube channel in here, type it. Totally my internet. So I have that, and what I want to do is, I don't like how it's up and down. So if I click outside of that, how these bars pop up, I can actually pull it out and make it all straight so it'll fit inside of my banner here. And I'm going to actually make it as big as the, what I want to do is I want to click on, I just highlighted that because I actually want to make the text bigger. Because I want it to, you know, fit really good inside of this banner. So what I did was I just put Totally My Internet in there. And if you like, you can also, since you do have like all this area here, for example, you can I just press eraser dust here, add text. You can put Twitter is at Miss Chrissy 3. I'm just going to highlight this because I want to make it smaller to fit in there. If you want to put your social networks in the banners, you definitely can. Like I said, I like to center everything, so in that way I know how much space I have. You can, throw that down here. I can, make it a different color if I want. Have my Twitter. I'll add another one of, like my Instagram. Which is also, Miss Chrissy 3. So, and see how I just added the text without picking it here? If you highlight the words, come on. If you highlight the words, you can go back and change it. I can change it to eraser dust, like how I have the other one. And just make it smaller and, center it like I always do. Go back and change the color, or whatever color I want. And, just add that there. I want to make it a little bit smaller, to match with the other one. You can add all sorts of stuff here, and they have different textures you can add. Like if you want, like space, you can get effects to go on the background like this, or like let's see, water. You could change it to whatever you want. Like I think this one is based on the primary purple color I have in the background. Like you can do all sorts of fun stuff with this, which is really nice. You can also make borders, and what this is going to do is actually going to put a border around this whole thing. So I really wouldn't pay attention to this unless you wanted to do like a profile picture or something, but you have this black around here as your banner. So say for instance I wanted to leave this as my YouTube banner and I was all finished. Up here at the top you can press save, and then what it's going to do is going to open up to the save menu. And what I'm going to do here is TMI for Totally My Internet YouTube banner. I'm just going to save that as my file name, and you can save it as a JPEG or a PNG if you want. I just leave them at JPEG. And then what I want to do here is see how the dimension is already at what YouTube wants your dimensions to be, and which makes it really nice. So, and what I'm going to do is click save to my computer. It's going to open up. It's going to ask you where you want to save it to. I'm just going to leave it at saving it under my pictures, so that way I know exactly where it is, and then press save. And your banner is all finished. And you can make as many as you want. I actually have a bunch because then I can change from this to that to that to this, and I don't have to keep it as one banner. I just like to have fun with it. And like I said, I use them for, making, my Twitter banner or my Facebook banner. So I use PicMonkey for all sorts of my social media designs. So what we're going to do here is we're going to click on this tab and we're going to go back to YouTube. So if you go to youtube.com, just open up your YouTube browser here. We're going to go back to the same part that we did to download the template for the picture. So you want to open up your Creator Studio. And upon opening that, you want to view your channel. And then, like I said, this is the banner I made before. And you noticed I did a bunch of the editing with other pictures and put my family in there and stuff like that. And like I said, you can make it however you want. And what I'm going to do here is click on edit your channel art. So you go over to that pencil again and you click on it. And what we're going to do is we're going to upload the banner that we just made. Pictures, here we go. Alright, so I just went over to my pictures, and here's the banner that we just made right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it in here. And as if you noticed, it already adjusts everything. So this square here is actually the square that you want. If you notice, if I make it smaller, that square actually becomes too small. So it actually is the perfect size already. You don't even have to mess with this or anything. It's just going to fit what's in the middle on there. So I'm just going to press select here, and look, it saved the banner. So that's how the banner looks that you just done. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this tutorial on how to make an awesome YouTube banner. Do not hesitate to click that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this tutorial. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Like I said, if you guys want me to show you how to do profile pictures or anything like that, definitely leave those in the comments as well. And if you guys want to see more in-depth tutorials on how to make you know, different types of quality YouTube banners, definitely let me know in the comments. Hope you enjoyed this, and look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye!